statement. So this is and assume that the green stuff is grass.
It's like, well, it's sort of like these little, more like clover shaped things, but
Hmm.
like sort of plumper.
So this
It's
is what
the
grass is. I like it.
As
Anyway,
long as it doesn't eat me.
there's like a cobblestone path there,
Um,
and
shall we follow the cobblestone path?
yeah, this is
We should
probably, you
we
see the
should
Tarrasques off,
follow
you
the
see these
road.
giant Tarrasques off in the distance, and you think it's probably a good idea to disembark.
Yeah, I'm gonna get out. Right. I'm just gonna do what I'm gonna do.
1 second.
I'm gonna
Why are we
walk
all
in the
just?
grass. I'm gonna walk in the grass. That's what I'm gonna do.
What time is dinner?
Jace, you there?
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm there. Dude, I was moving my token.
You notice that when you walk in the grass, there's little, like, you actually see the grass start to, like, it almost like grows a little bit around your feet and starts pulling you down into the mass of it.
Uh, so is this some kind of waste, or should would I want to cast one of my waste walking spells, or?
No, it's uncomfortable and it's difficult to walk in because it like likes to grow around your feet and around and into any
So
spot it can.
it's kind of like slushing through snow.
It's actually a little bit. It's like you put your foot down and then it starts growing around your toes or trying to grow around your boot and stuff, and then you have to pull it up and actually fight against it when you're moving your feet.
The only ask is because move through waste without impediment. So
It's not waste.
I know.
Michaela looks at the grass and how it's reacting to Kodak and asks Kamir to get a clipping, perhaps.
Yes, I nod and I get out my nice little shears and I begin clipping some of the grass to collect.
As you put the shears down in the grass, you even notice that just touching the grass with it like knows that there's something there, and it starts to wrap little tendrils around and stuff. But you do manage to clip some and take some. It's just really weird.
All right,
Michaela
so I
laughs,
put
that's
some in a
what you do.
vial.
Well,
and,
I'm getting back on the thing, and I'm going to pick off of one of the sides a little clover, simply because I can.
All I know is that this is going to be very fun to research.
And then it overgrows the research lab. Dun dun.
Yeah, I grew like a plant
It like
monster or
explodes in
something.
your pocket. What the fuck?
I'd go put it in other people's pockets.
I'm gonna ask Gramos. Have you seen this kind
No.
of thing before?
Gramos says the gravity's rather low here, and the plants tend to grow very voraciously and quickly when they do. Hence these rather large. These actually look like they're cultivated plots of this sort of organism. But
So you're basically
there's
saying
a lot of the plants are very reactive. They're more intelligent than plants that you're used to.
I'm gonna look back at the Jeep real quick and see if it's starting to overgrow on the Jeep already.
It's fine. Like, you notice that the plants are growing a little bit around one of the wheels, but they stop. Like, they can't grow super fast. They can just excuse me,
Yeah.
above
It's
my
it's like
head.
ivy,
They can just
like
extend. They can extend and wrap around what they have.
like ivy.
Yeah,
Wait a minute.
but it's not as long as ivy. They're like all curled up and they can sort of reach out and with little tendrils.
Like small ferns, almost.
8th level. Can't wait for that.
I can't wait for to wait level either, because
No, that level I get Woodland Stride.
well, at that level I can probably take a prestige class. That's the thing.
Do you notice that every so often there's like extremely tall but extremely thin trees that have these really broad leaves on them, and every so often you also see what looks to be almost like a a kite. It looks like a kite on a string, and the wind is sort of keeping it aloft. But you notice that it's like a green root that's coming down from this thing that's floating through the air.
Hmm.
Very strange and alien plants around here.
I'm gonna ask Ramos what he knows about Zoser.
He doesn't really follow those sorts of things.
Good man.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Kids in your
Alex.
day and day.
Can we see those Tarask drivers off in the distance, or no?
Yeah, they're tall enough.
I'm gonna yell out to them. Hello, are you there?
They're
Who?
pretty busy. They're working on they have like a saddle. It looks like a gigantic, enormous saddle around them, and they're all working on it and tooling it. They don't seem to notice your presence. Or
You
care.
see that? They don't care.
Walk on my face, why don't you?
They've actually probably come to expect visitors here because visitors have been through here before.
Hmm.
Why is everyone just going nonchalantly ahead?
I was about to
Because
say,
there's
you
not much
you,
to see.
It's
you
a
get to the
cobblestone
end there,
road.
and then you get to see just two of these absolutely enormous monsters standing in the middle of this grass patch, and they're sort of using their chin to burrow a hole down, and every so often they'll find a big chunky boulder and pull it up and start crushing it in their teeth and eating the little pieces of rock that fall off. Very docile. It's almost cow-like in how its movements are.
Yeah, I'm walking towards it.
Why? Wait, dude, you're going the wrong way.
Yeah.
Yeah, not
Really
the
No,
feels
I'm walking
like-
towards the big brown Tarask.
There's more than one.
Oh,
Those are way though. He's looking at the ones way off in the distance over there. There's one right at the corner.
We'll be at the city, and he'll be he'll be like,
Where
"Where'd
am I?
Kurt go?"
Where the fuck am I? This place is big.
Yes, I
Gramos,
had to go. I
as
had
soon
to
as
phone
as
call
soon
it.
as you start walking off the path, Gramos is like, I wouldn't get in the way of those guys. They seem to be
Ma'am?
they're trying to train those two Tarasks over there. You notice how the Falxians
Sorry, I'm
are
a
keeping their
garbage bag.
distance from them.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you over Josh.
Sorry.
As you approach the green edge of the field, Gramos says that he says be wary of the two Tarasks there. They may seem docile, but notice how the Tarasks drivers are even keeping their distance from these. They may be trying to break them or rear them for other uses or train them. I would definitely keep my distance there.
Okay then.
Even in their docile states, Tarasks can be absolute engines of destruction.
I love how me and Ruik go almost ahead.
Went way ahead.
I was
Hey, hey,
distracted by.
Hey, what are you doing?
I have no idea.
Jason.
He's got a full dash going on there. We're just walking.
Yeah. Come on, dude.
You're running all the way, fuck away.
Crazy Barbar.
I say, hey, Shorty, slow down there.
Anyway,
Dude, I walked back.
I'm gonna move everybody real quick
Oh,
up
good.
to a point so you're
Yeah.
just not walking along this path for the whole year.
Okay, thank you.
Because there's not really any encounters along here. You can see pretty far that there's nothing.
Well, then something might launch out of the dirt from us. Maybe it's a purple worm.
Not in this area.
Maybe it's a strange purple dinosaur.
Yeah.
Mm.
Named Reginald.
Indeed.
Yes.
No.
What are you doing?
Moving them up a little.
He was
I'm gonna take you up to the bridge outside
Okay.
of town.
Have one short range teleport later.
One blink later.
Gramos
Forgot everybody. Send
Uh,
players on current view. There we go.
There we go.
Since that Tarrasque over there seems to be docile and taking a bath, I'm just gonna walk towards it.
You dummy! Are you trying to get your character killed?
No.
I'm
It shakes.
I-
It comes out of the water. It shakes its body, and just the shock wave of it shaking is enough to push you back on the path.
Whoa, Nelly! That's one big doggy.
At level
Michaela
2, man,
just-
you would not even have a chance against its breath.
No, I was just. That
Would
was him making a
immediately
joke.
leave.
That was him making a joke, dude.
That wasn't a joke.
Michaela pinches the bridge of her nose.
Let's not
Stay
turn
away
this
from the
rape
giant.
into a murder.
Stay away from the giant murder machines, Fuzzy. Well,
They
giant.
look so cute.
Murder's never funny.
And chaotic.
I'm chaotic, but you don't
There's
see
a
me
difference
chaotic.
between chaotic and retarded.
Kid, do we have to lower your alignment to chaotic noodle?
Yes.
He's already chaotic neutral.
No, no, not chaotic neutral. Chaotic noodle.
Yeah, he's a noodle.
We'd
Is
have
there
to
anything-
lower his intelligence.
Is nothing.
So yeah, you're on this big giant. You notice that the
yeah.
bridge is exceedingly wide, and it's sided by these two enormous pillars of tree.
Guardrails.
They're these really tall trees that they've cut down and sort of bundled a bunch of them together and made the sides of the bridge up. So it's got like these
Michaela's-
walls, but they're just
Michaela's
solid,
like-
one solid long tree trunk. Like that's how long some of these trees are. That they can get usable trunks out of them. And you notice you can when you touch the wood and stuff like that, it's actually extremely dense and hard.
Okay, Michaela's like, how many bets they transport tracks through here? Trask.
Yeah, this looks like a Tarrasque path.
I'm not placing any bets.
I actually kind of want to take a little bit of this tree off, like with some kind of blade or one of my blades or something, or
It'd break. Let's just say it'd break.
could I like take some of the bark off?
It doesn't
Excuse me.
have bark. It's actually
Just
like,
wood.
just smooth wood,
Just solid wood.
like
It's
a
like a
dogwood
strip-
tree almost.
It's a
Yeah.
stripped log,
Getting something to drink.
sort of.
You notice the bark on the ones that were standing was like a papery covering, but the wood is extremely hard.
Hee.
I'm going to say this may make a good type of armor sometime. And
You
walk
actually
forward.
notice at the ends of the logs they haven't been cut they don't look like they've been cut by a saw, but snapped off.
Like with a hand or a jaw.
Or yeah, or pushed over or something, or pulled down. But
Oh my God.
the way that they mill them is by breaking it.
Oh my god, I just realized something.
Mm.
Beware the bandersnatch, my son.
We're not. We
No,
don't
beware
have
the
any.
Jabberwocky, my son. The jaws that bite and the claws that catch.
No. Moving on.
We're
I
not
prefer
playing
the-
Dungeon Land here. We are definitely not. Oop, I moved like 3 people. Sorry.
That was me.
I'm breaking shit. That's what I'm
Greymos
doing.
comes right up behind him and says, "Hey, how's it
Hey.
going?"
Why, hello there, Graymo.
Hey. How's it
How's
going?
it going?
I'm relatively sure you do not want simian shit upon you, so I would not do that again.
Wait. Since Kid and I weren't here last week, was it just assume the normal that we were drunk?
Yes.
So as you cross the bridge, you see that there are these 4 Tarrasques up here. I don't know if you zoom out a little bit. You'll
I
see
can zoom out for him.
there's 4 Tarrasques here, and they're sort of
I'm back.
they actually have people riding on the backs of them, and they're just slowly plodding across the way.
I'm gonna say, oh my god, I want to do that. They're so cute and adorable.
Okay, I'm
I
walking.
think-
I'm gonna.
Meanwhile, every step that they take, the fucking ground shakes around you.
I'm not retracting that statement.
Like, these guys are responsible for continental drift in some capacity.
I'm just staying close to the monkey in case he tries anything stupid.
I'm just gonna stay on this side of the path.
Steps onto the grass.
Oh, you completely remind me that I must hit and impersonate and update my skills on my token.
Mm-hmm.
This is something I have forgotten to do.
Yeah, whenever she is near Kurek and he does something stupid, she's gonna hit him upside the head. Thank you for whoever moved my token while I was getting some water.
That would be mine.
Imagine.
Now,
I'm just gonna come
now
up
that I have
behind.
a closer look, do they actually still look the same, or do they look calmer than when they're on other planets?
Something's happening.
Don't.
Just putting these.
Sandworm. Suddenly sandworms.
Nah, they're grain fields.
Oh, okay.
Suddenly, giant sandworm.
So suddenly get on the rocks.
Suddenly, push monkey into grass for distraction.
Are there any Phalxians near these grain fields?
Not currently, no.
Okay, then I'm going to sneak over and
We'll move silently check.
I'm gonna definitely stay on the path.
You see that these fields actually have a lot of these really long wispy sort of string plants coming out of them, and then they're going up to the top where there's like a little, maybe about the size of your palm, that's sort of floating in the air and flying and keeping the long string thing in the air.
I'm gonna touch it.
It's rather
It kills
pliable. It's pliable, but it's actually very tough feeling, like it's very strong material.
Like, rope.
Yeah.
Were I to take a single strand, would they be pissed at me?
Probably.
You don't know that. I don't know.
I'll
They have
take-
plenty. They have literally, hundreds of them growing here.
Hundreds
I'm
of
going
millions.
to take a single strand via a knife and coil it.
You try
I'm
to
going
cut it.
to
You try to cut it
lean
with a
over.
knife, and it doesn't want to cut very easily.
I'm going to lean over and say...
Actually, you
"Shit,
notice as
what
you
is that?"
pull on it, the sandy soil seems to release a little bit on the bottom, and something big is underneath of it.
I'm gonna say, Shining One, or come here, help me pull this up. Come on.
I
As I
will
yank
not
at it.
participate in this crime.
I am
not a
going to
crime.
stand.
It's
I'm
not a
going-
crime, it's science!
Yeah, it really is at this point.
Well, let's say you start messing with it, and as you do it, you start pulling up, and you see the top of what looks to be like a deep purple tuber under like an underground root,
Oh.
Like
like a potato or a carrot or
Turnip?
a radish or a turnip. Yeah,
okay, that's
Some kind of
that's what I
purple
was-
potato. Got
but
it.
it's longer and sort of,
So it's like a carrot, except wider.
yeah,
Uh,
cylindrical,
do you
very
want me to make-
cylindrically shaped.
do you want me to make a roll to see if I can actually pull it out?
No, it comes loose from the soil actually rather easily.
So I pull it out, and
You see where the bottom of the roots is actually attached to it. Looks like it's a lot easier. It comes off a lot easier down there.
A what?
a tuber, purple
No, no,
potato.
no,
It's
no, no,
about-
no,
it's
no, no,
about-
no, no, no. I'm looking
Something
over
like
at the
that.
town really quick. What's a poop smith?
The Smith of Poop, of course.
What do you think? What does it sound like? What do you think they have all these Tarasques for? What do you think Kirk's playing in right now?
Well, that's something out of normal for a.
No, but you
Monkey.
basically have this thing. It's about the size of an eggplant.
So can I remove the?
Yeah, you from that point, from the near the base, you find it's actually really easy to cut off.
So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I'm gonna keep the purple thing.
Okay, you keep the purple thing. What do you do with the long line piece, the string piece?
Since it seems like it'd make good rope, I'm going to coil it.
It's about a 1/4 inch thick. Okay, you coil
About
it. You have 25 feet of 1/4 inch thick plant or just say
Why?
just quarter-inch thick rope.
Quarter-inch thick fine.
20
Fine
feet,
rope, yeah.
20 feet, quarter-inch thick.
Vine rope.
And it's actually somewhat heavy for what it is, so I'm gonna say it weighs 10 pounds.
20 foot inch quarter.
Kirk, use Vine Whip.
It's not very effective.
Yeah, I think you'd have to take a weapon feat for that. If somebody took a weapon feat just for that using those, I would come up with a way to make that pretty badass.
Okay.
Castlevania style.
It's
I
like a
guess I'll
heavy
take
ass
that as-
dense piece of whip, but then it breaks after a while because it's actually just plant material, or it dies
Okay.
over time.
I'm gonna walk back to the path and say, I got a cool new rope, guys!
Good for you, Fuzzy.
Oh, I also got this weird potato.
Good for you, Fuzzy.
You want some?
No.
As I offer
Got-
to everyone.
Hold on 1 second.
Are you eating it raw?
No, I'm not eating it raw. I'm offering it to you.
I'm gonna kind of like look at the potato-ish thing and be like, have I like seen it in the Fox markets at the port city?
Yeah.
Okay, so it gets around.
Is it edible?
You would assume so if they're selling it in the food market.
Yeah, it was sold in the food market back at Fox.
You notice I tell you what. Actually roll a just roll a spot check. We're going to see if we saw this earlier.
Is I have a one. Is this just kid or?
Yeah.
The dogs have been feetified. All right.
Just wanted you to roll a spot check to see if you saw something earlier about this fruit.
D20 plus spot, you say?
Yeah. When you were in the Kirk, when you were in the market, you noticed that this fruit, or this tuber, when it was sold along things like that are normally considered to be like sweeter fruits. Necro, you didn't notice.
So it seems like it'd be edible raw.
Well, it's sold along things like citrus fruits and stuff like that.
I guess I'll take a bite out of it.
It's a little bit bitter, but it does have like a sort of sour sweet flavor to it. It doesn't taste half bad. Maybe a little. It tastes like it's unripe.
Michaela asks if he could give her a slice.
I cut off a small piece and give it to her.
All right.
She eats it. She's
I'm
like,
just hoping this doesn't have massively bad repercussions for me later.
she spits
No,
it out.
it just
Yeah.
tastes like it's not ripe. Like they're not quite ready yet.
She spits it out. She hates
Kirk will
it.
have to visit the poop smith later.
I'm gonna go ahead and give a slice to Gramos and Wade as well.
I'm gonna just go ahead and just see
You
that.
have to
people
remember
are-
that these giant Tarasques eat rocks, so their poop it probably isn't that bad.
Michaela is just grossed out by that fruit vegetable tuber thing. She doesn't like bitter food.
I'm just gonna kind of just like not.
I'm gonna
eat
go ahead and say, Midget, would you like some as well?
I'd rather not.
it. I love how I'm the one that doesn't have a cool nickname.
No, you're.
Michaela doesn't have a nickname.
We just call you Girly.
I call her woman.
Yeah, exactly. That's not cool. Hey, slow
Well,
down, monkey butt.
You know, everybody has names, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think the running joke between my character and kids is that he calls me Midget, I call him Fuzzy.
Well, it's just the thing is, it's like I don't want anybody saying, "Yo, thief, do this," because it's like, how the hell do you know they're a thief?
Yeah,
Oh,
I mean,
yeah, that hasn't happened
I'll
yet.
say
Right.
racial, but not.
I remember that happened in the last game, and it literally came up like right away. Somebody's like, "Yo, you're a thief. Can you unlock this?" And they're like, "How the fuck do you know they're a thief?"
They look like
Yeah.
a thief.
How does somebody look like a thief?
They
Nope.
have stolen goods in their hand.
But look at Michaela. Does she look like?
Thieves usually they usually pass very well as bards or fighters.
But the thing is, look at Michaela. Does she look like a thief?
Wade is the person that just does not care.
Does Michaela look like a thief, or does she look like? Heck, she looks like a cleric even.
All right.
Yeah, I never would have assumed that she was a thief or rogue of any kind.
And yet, none of us have yet.
The only thing Wade looks like is a pilot.
I'm gonna move
gonna go
everybody
ahead.
up here to the town.
Well, while you're doing that, I'm going to ask. Come here. Would you like a slice of this?
Let's get us an.
I shake my head.
Whee!
Shake, shake, shake.
Missing someone?
I got you. I was gonna get you. Let go.
Yeah, this program's
let
really
go.
buggy when you have multiple people grabbing at it.
Grab, grab, grab.
Can't multiply grab your token.
I'm gonna walk up to this guy, this Foxian water seller.
Yeah, this is guy. You see him as you come into the thing. He's sitting there. He's sitting there saying,
Oh,
he's mumbling along about somebody, a story of a man in the desert. As
A story
best
of the
you
man
can
in a
make out.
desert. I'm going to run. What's this about a desert?
So, like, wait, hold on.
He
You-
doesn't
you-
understand a word you say. He's oh yeah. By the way, he stands about 20 feet tall.
I'm gonna stay way over here.
I'm saying right here.
I'm saying, step on me, not giant man. But tell me
Kurt.
this. Tell me that story that you were saying.
But you
Wait,
can't
this-
understand him.
You can't understand him.
Yeah.
You can understand him through your universal translator, but he can't understand you, for he does not have a universal translator. This isn't Star Trek where everybody automatically understands everybody.
I'll tell you what. I will walk up and I will hand the Foxian water seller my translator.
He doesn't take it. He actually pulls out what looks to be like a small crystal, and he starts talking about the story of the man who was thirsty in the desert. He holds up a crystal and he holds up like a container with water in it.
I think he sells.
Michaela
sells water.
Michaela gives a little bit of a bow.
He seems
she-
kind of disturbed about everybody that's like closing in around him real close.
Okay, Michaela actually backs up a little bit. Michaela gives
I'm
a
gonna
little
walk
bit of
over here.
a little bit of a bow.
I'm gonna say, I'm that man who's thirsty in the desert.
Well, he
can't-
shows you the crystal. It's about the size of a He holds it in between his thumb and forefinger, but to you it's about the size of
Your hand.
not about the size. Yeah, maybe about the size of a closed fist, and it's like a little blue crystal. That's very smooth, and he talks about the story. He just continues to go on about the story.
Michaela decides to take out a. 1 minute. Does she
I'm
have any
taking
gold
note.
pieces?
I'm taking note of this and saying,
If you do, they won't do you very well here.
I know she was gonna see if he reacted to the gold pieces at all, but she doesn't have any gold.
I'm gonna quickly actually make a small statue out of sand. Show him what I can do. Maybe
Why are you guys trying to impress a water seller?
I'm not actually. I'm trying
She's just-
to.
That's exactly
like-
what you're doing.
I'm gonna
I
kind
am?
of just like walk up and point at the gem,
And then shrug.
and yeah, then just like shrug,
Actually, that's a
kinda.
better idea. You
He
do
sort
that.
of-
Point at the gem.
I'm just gonna
He
listen.
sort of points off towards the which way is it? He sort of points off towards the northeast and talks about a story of a great leader that
Yeah.
once led his people into battle against some other rival group. It is the best that you can get from it.
I'm guessing there's a leader of greatness in that direction then, off that way. And I'm gonna kind of say that to the group of us standing here.
Michaela just
I
scratches
have
her
an
head.
idea. I'm going
Sir-
to kind of stand where the Foxian water seller can easily see
You
me.
actually get the impression that this guy might be able to deal with outsiders a little bit better than some of the other people. So he's not using proper names. He's using actually indirect nouns and pronouns and stuff like leader and things like that that you actually probably wouldn't expect a Falxian to normally use.
I'm
Okay.
going to ask if he can understand us at all.
He's got the crystal. He's got it.
He just shakes his head. He shows the crystal, shows the water, and
Oh,
and
so
and just
I think
points off to the northwest and sort of shrugs.
So we're gonna have to head that way.
I'm guessing these crystals may be their form of currency. From where I'm standing, can I tell how much, like, if the crystal is actually worth something?
shit.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
valuable shit.
It is very valuable shit or just valuable shit?
You would assume that the crystal that he's holding is probably worth about.
Size of your fist. It's worth a lot.
Well,
It's worth
that's-
about no. It's a big crystal, but it's not exactly, the rarest type of crystal. It's worth about 250 credits.
I think that may be their form of currency.
I just got an idea.
No, I have an idea because I said so earlier. Then you cut me off.
Yeah, let
Sorry. Go ahead.
Rob speak.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Kamir stands up where the Falxian can see him, and begins to tell the story of a shining beacon of a man that journeyed across the stars in search for the wounded who he shall help. And
He just kind of shrugs and points
and
off
he
to.
seriously can't do nothing. Can't understand me.
He's not the brightest guy. You get the impression
Fuck.
he's not the brightest. He's not.
Okay.
He's
Then
not
I-
the
then I-
brightest guy. Take me to
And
your
Michaela
leader.
just laughs
you know?
and pats Kamir on the back. Nice try, buddy.
This is not the guy that you're supposed to be talking to. He's a
Michaela's
simple.
like,
He's
"Perhaps
a
we
simple.
should-"
He
I'm
is
gonna
like.
ask. I'm gonna ask.
It's like, but I'm a simple.
What
I'm
direction
but a
is
simple
this?
water seller. You know.
I'm gonna look to Michaela and go, "That was a nice story, wasn't it?"
Yes. It's
Michaela's like, yes, now let's actually talk to someone that's
I'm
important.
gonna ask about the leader.
I appreciate
He can't
how hard you
understand
tried,
us, guys.
He
You
shows-
just can't understand us.
He
I'm
doesn't.
gonna ask
speak
where the
our
leader
language.
is.
Goes towards where the leader
I'm
was.
going to point to the northeast where he said the leader was.
Fuck.
Yes, thank
Let's
you.
walk that way.
Like Wada would understand us.
I'm gonna like
Where the
wave
fuck is
and bow my head
Greenmoose?
to him and just walk away.
Oh, there's Gramus.
Ramos.
Hey,
Hey,
Gramus is
Hey.
my token. Do you see all these like houses here?
Poor
They
Grandma,
appear
she
to
just
be
left
like they appear to
behind.
be made out of like adobe bricks, like mud brick.
Oh,
Oh,
they're
they're made up.
be rather large though.
They're made out of poop.
Can I see the
They're made
proof
out
with-
of they're made out of mud brick with a lot of what look to be like really long, thin stones. Every so often.
Oh God! Can't,
Proof
it,
with-
does it give off a really bad smell?
well, it's rocks and stuff. There's
No.
nothing to really digest in the methane.
You see that this length of really long buildings in the center here.
Exactly. So it probably doesn't smell that bad at all.
They have all
it
these.
probably
They're,
smells
they
like an
have
old rock.
they're sort of open, semi-open structures, but they're just coverings. And you notice that inside them there's like large piles of basically it looks like a powdered stone almost.
Is that the Tarrasque Dome?
I'm
do
gonna
believe
keep
it
walking
is.
in the direction they said.
I'm gonna kind of
Do you
turn
notice that
and
this building up here with
follow.
the sort of pinched in sides, top and bottom, is a little bit it's a much more
Fancier?
larger and more
Go
opulent.
ahead,
building,
leave the woman alone with the weird
So-
alien race. Congrats.
We
Standing
can film it and
standing
put
out
it on
front, you
YouTube.
see another wizard.
Oh, great, I'm lost.
Yeah,
Gramos
yeah.
sort of seems to recognize him as as you walk up.
Ingham
someone-
the obvious. I
Did
moved
someone-
you over to the group.
Okay, I cannot see anything because I zoomed out
Zo-
on accident.
Zoom out and look for the pinched sides building.
or that can happen.
I see it.
Because
Leave?
No.
So you seem human. What are you doing here?
He's like, I'm probably here for the same reasons you are, to establish some sort of a trade route with the Falxians.
Do you know any of their language?
Yeah, I've started. I've been here for a couple of weeks now. I'm starting to pick up on it a little bit better. They
What's with this story of a man who's thirsty in the desert?
Oh, that's a
Probably
story.
selling
That's a common
water.
story the water sellers use. It seems to attract people to buy their water. A very strange economy.
It's a sales pitch.
It's a sales pitch.
That's actually very interesting to me.
And also,
No, I've
Also,
Is there any way that you would know of to communicate with their leader or elder or whatever they may have?
Yeah, this is actually pretty much their town hall here.
No spit.
They've actually been looking. They actually have sort of extended me a proposal, I think, but I alone could not handle what they seek.
Mikhail goes ahead and asks, "What do they seek? Do you think?"
Well, they want somebody. They even though they could easily do it themselves, they sort of leave this area as they've left this area as like sort of a test, is the best I can guess. Is that they want somebody to go in there, clear out the monsters, and find a treasure. I don't know. It sounds ridiculous. I know.
Mikhail's eyes light up at treasure.
My eyes
certain
light,
these
Zurik's
are
eyes light
some
up
of
at the mention of bashing monster's face in with his crowbar.
I've been through
I
he
clasp
says he's
my
been through
hands at the
first-
mention of adventure.
Yeah, he sort of says, "Well, I've been through the first areas, and a lot of what they have are these very interesting murals about, and that's why I've learned some of their language and some of their figures through history."
Mikhail asks if he might have written anything down, like been able.
He
taking
pulls
out
out
notes.
his handheld. He says, "Yeah, I've certainly I've programmed my universal translator to recognize some of their speech patterns." So
Mikhail asks if he can.
yeah, he was
if he
about to
transfer
offer it
that
as
to all of
upload
us.
to you.
Yeah.
And download complete.
Hold on, I'm gonna go
Download.
get some more food.
So yeah, you can pretty much you can understand some of the things. Like I'll be able to translate some of the simpler concepts, but the more complex things are going to be puzzles.
Mikhail gives a little bit of a bow and thanks him.
Most righteous.
So you see these big double doors here, and this area is just like these. It's the walls are made out of like these really super duper strong like tree limbs, and panes of a clear and multicolored crystal all around, and the light seems to dance as it goes through it, and it's actually starting to get a little bit later in the day, so the sun is sort of going right through the thing. It's really cool looking.
Holy, might as well.
Okay. I do have to be right back.
Alright.
So, yeah.
Michaela asks where the treasure is and when can she go and
Well,
find
we
it.
have to talk to the elder for that.
What do you?
Darn.
You
You, say,
don't
you
ask-
mentioned monsters. What are we talking about here?
Oh, I haven't been brave enough to venture that deep into the place yet. I heard about what there was in there, and I was sort of worried about it.
What did you hear was in there? I mean,
Well, these are
it's
old.
gotta be.
These are these are tunnels that were cut out by Tarasques. So they're rather large tunnels. So imagine what can fit in those rather large tunnels.
Oh,
A lot.
total sweetness.
He says, "Believe me, I haven't been brave enough quite yet to go under there, and anytime I've asked the elders about it, they simply talk about, great named beasts and heroes that fought them, and as a description, it makes no sense."
Okay, Do we have someone taking notes? Joe?
Michaela just kind of weirded out by these people's way of
Okay.
talking.
Joe is BRB'd. But we need
Yeah.
someone on notes duty to write all these metaphors down because they're probably
Not
going to
it.
be.
Not it.
Not it.
Not it. Oh, you're it, Rob.
No, Joe's it because I'm not it.
So we took a vote. It's Joe.
So we're taking a break until Joe gets back. Just a quick one.
In fact, I'm gonna write some of the names down and what they mean.
Yeah, I'm thinking
Yeah.
at 6 we can take a break, and then that break will be when I can get my chores done, and then I'm good for a long haul.
It's funny that you say it's 6 because from where Kid and I are, it's 8.
9. He's talking about 9. Everyone else here is from the East Coast. He's from the West. I have to go get something to write on.
From the West Coast, my brother. I'm a
Yeah, you also got a lot of weed.
Yeah, I'm a Californian, which makes me superior.
You got legal weed.
I'm not that.
I think I wonder if I can punch someone in the face to do and cast minor blasting one while I'm punching them in the face.
Joe, you've been elected to take notes.
Oh, okay.
Indeed, you may take notes. You can use these descriptions for understanding what to do. That way we can construct our own idioms in order to talk with these people. And when we can talk with these people, then we'll be able to trade with them.
I like trading.
Trading's good. Yeah, I like trading too. Priest, all about trading. About it.
We can get the mighty poop weapons.
Indeed.
Yes.
We could have we could build great structures out of Godzilla poop.
We will get the grand poop hammer of Shittenhire.
That would basically be a cement hammer. That would be kind of awesome.
That would be kind of intimidating.
A cement warhammer made out of
It's made of
grass
poop.
poop.
I'm back
Welcome back.
with pencil and paper.
I just grabbed a pen and paper. Like, I have this stuff really nearby because I take notes on everything.
Okay,
Believe it, I have notes about, like, for Rob's campaign, I have notes from day one about stuff of which we still haven't used. Which is,
While we're on a break, could you read some of those notes to us?
yes, I can actually, if I go right to the front
You
of the other notebook, because I ran out of space in the other notebook. This is it. Orange, nope. Rob, why did you make me do this? You deleted it from my room. Well, it's not like I have 10 notebooks in my room. I have to find which one it's in.
Rob, why'd you do this? Why is it missing?
excuse me a second. Again,
By the
I'm
way,
gonna ask you.
No longer useless in combat, for I now can cast Summon Monster 1.
What monster were you thinking?
That's a surprise.
A water buffalo. A soda water buffalo.
No, that's easily like level 2, or monster level 2, and I have to be 3rd level for that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
How about the slime?
Not the Cartesian product. I can take notes in my math notebook. I know whenever I grab this one notebook repeatedly. and took notes about how the rat men wanted cheese.
Which you still haven't given them,
Hey, we're working on it.
racists.
We're working on it.
That's the tax and all that.
Why didn't you guys just go buy some cheese?
Because we just haven't attended to that quest yet. Because we told, essentially, I bullshitted away through them, and it was like, bring us cheese and we'll let you through. And we're like, okay, as soon as we can, we'll bring you cheese. Just so happens we haven't actually done that.
By the time you bring the cheese to them, they'll all be starving and like dying, and they'll be like little orphan rats. It'll be like, do you have a little cheese and stuff?
Please, sir, can I have another? No.
No.
I will look to them, and I shall say no.
Yeah.
Whose dog is that? I'll show you scare the shit out of people. Roar.
I said that nowhere.
Now what?
Wait, is Red taking a short break?
I
Yes.
think Red did something.
Nope, somebody said they would be right back.
I did, and I came back a while ago.
Alright.
I'm sorry.
We're ready for I think.
9
Yeah, I had to write down a couple
on
things.
the bed.
All right. We need to think of a tactical approach.
I could tell stories.
Nicola and Turek can take out Great Axe 2, and then I'll launch.
The
miss-
bird finally opens its beak.
I'm gonna walk in and I guess I'm gonna walk up to the door and I guess knock.
No, you,
Dunk, dunk, dunk.
You
I
hear
think we-
you hear the heavy shuffling of armor start to get closer and closer to the door,
Michaela backs up a little bit.
and a great armored 20-foot tall guy opens the door carrying just this enormous great axe and sort of looks at you and kind of rolls his eyes a little bit and then steps off to the side.
I'm gonna ask, did you find out how to say that I'm a peaceful man?
not yet. We'll work on that.
I'm gonna
Peaceful.
follow up
Question
behind
mark?
Khmer, the Shining One.
This is
We're gross.
this is probably proper pleading distance.
I'm gonna walk up to about where Khmer is, sit down, and pour a little sand on the floor so I can tell stories.
God.
Okay, you see that there's a lot of actually like murals on the inside of the walls here.
And do these murals have any significant meaning, or can I read them
Probably.
from this distance, or...
Well, I'm gonna say that there are 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 murals in here.
And do they have different meaning from what we've already learned?
Well, they have all different kinds of meanings.
You guys hear that bird, right?
Yes.
Okay,
I apologize.
so you see one of the murals, the first mural that you see when you walk in on the left is
Oh, my head.
it shows a triumphant general who is like standing upon upon a pile of bodies, and but he's yeah, it just has a guy standing on top of a pile of bodies and with his great axe held high in the air, and underneath of it says Quincel, spelled Q-U. Well, it's in script, but your translator picks it up as Quincel, Q-U-I-N-C-E-L.
Okay, I'm gonna point at the person that's obviously the leader and questioningly say, Quincel?
I speak up and go, great ruler, could you please tell us the tale of Quincel?
He doesn't understand what. Hold on.
I'm going to point
I'm
at
trying
the
to get you
mural.
guys. I'm trying to give you guys some background here.
I
'Cause
know.
that's only one of them. Okay.
Well, I'm gonna point it that the mural
I
labeled
need to let the dogs out.
Quincell.
You guys just continue.
Oh,
Appar-
he says he starts going on about a story about of the great Quinzel standing atop the armies of some. He goes on about the great Quinzel standing atop the armies of Baranor.
Baranor.
Okay, you know what?
I'm going to
It's
then.
it's to the point where where I'm going to very slowly walk up to the Phalxian, and I kind of raise on my knees, and could I touch his like leg?
Well, behind him, you see that there's a smaller mural of a there's actually a mural
Phalxian.
behind him of what looks to be like a monk, but he is stabbing himself through the chest. He's stabbing himself through the chest with a blade, and he's surrounded by people that are ready to fight him.
Ooh.
And underneath of it, in the script, it says Orin, Orin.
Okay, and and I want to as a touch cast comprehend languages on the Phalxian elder so he can understand us.
All right, you do so.
Okay, he can now understand us.
Well, that's great.
To an extent, don't use idioms. Well, unless if they're
We
stories.
have to use idioms for
We
him
have to
to.
use stories.
We have to use stories for him to get the meaning, but he can. Whatever we say, he.
understands a little bit.
Yeah.
Who is playing with coins in front of their mic?
Sorry, I have
Yeah,
ADD.
let's have to stop. Okay. Who's gonna start their story first? Okay.
Um,
You will?
Alright, who's talking? What?
Oh yeah.
don't know.
Also, on part of the mural, part of the mural that shows Quincell actually like extends around the corner, and around the corner you see a guy that's sort of like being held up by like 4 spears as he sort of like he's slumped over these 4 spears, but he's still standing up. And underneath of him it says Baranor.
do you think they'd have to tell a little story about themselves to introduce themselves, kind of?
No, he basically introduces himself as Quincell and Baranor united.
Uh, Michaela bows and says that she is one of the many daughters of the great Platinum Dragon.
He sort of bows his head a little bit and says Orin.
She says Michaela, introducing herself.
Alright, I'm going to step forward and introduce myself. I am the Khmer the Shining One who travels across the stars and heals those in need, and always looks for opportunities to heal the land and to spread good peace and love and watch over the sick and weary. And I strike a kind of pose and I step back.
Can you pose?
So we
Alright.
can actually communicate with them now because I
Yes,
have to go for a
hear
second.
us.
I'm just gonna yeah.
We have to speak in stories.
He tells the story. He tells the story of a young warrior, and this is actually translated as such. The names are already translated for you. He tells the story of a young warrior who went through a deep dark cave full of monsters and got really lucky and came back successful, and he was remembered for that. And the name that he keeps using for him is Grinthorpe, Grinthorp, Grinthorpe.
Okay.
And he actually has a map that he starts showing. Like he shows you where this what looks to be a cave on it, and he says Quincell and Baranor unite, and he points at this cave and says Grinthorpe.
So he's saying to conquer the cave
Conquer the cave.
has to be accepted.
More or less.
Okay, Michaela.
He's basically saying if you want to do business with us, we want to test you to see if you're worthy.
Michaela
I'm going-
asks if this can be done as a group. Instead of.
Well, it's
Historic-
implied. It's implied that a group should do this. He implies it's implied that Grinthorpe got really lucky for doing it himself, and that it would
because
be
it said something about someone and someone unites.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to say
So
story
basically,
form
He
that we will do
says
this.
when you talk about being in a group, he basically says either you go in a group or you end up like Orin.
And then she looks at Orange and like, ugh.
Yeah. Orin's the peaceful monk who committed suicide rather than be forced to fight.
ooh,
Okay. I'm
naughty.
going to step forward and say, me and my
Baranor is a metaphor for a general in the war against the rival clan who was killed in battle. So he might say that too. He said it'd be a brave thing to go in there, but you'd end up like Baranor.
Baron or Orin. So Quincell.
So, I'm going to go ahead and step forward in the same story form. My companions and I will gladly do this task. As reward, I'd like only one thing to be done. Temples for myself. And
Just ask for a holy district.
yes, we're asking for a holy district in which multiple things can be done and the trade agreement.
He says he doesn't
I don't
really
know
know
about the
he doesn't
trade-
really
yeah.
know what to make of all that concept quite yet. But I'm sure you'd be able to build a post there and have all that stuff eventually. There's plenty of land here to do it on. These people don't seem to understand ownership of land.
It's just you claim it, you build there.
More or less, yeah.
Okay.
Michaela.
And if
gives
people
about-
you build there, and if people don't mind you being there, you get to stay there, sort of thing.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's sort of functional anarchy, where like if somebody goes around stealing, the rest of the group sort of ostracizes those people or does things.
Okay.
Okay.
So in
Michaela
that
gives a bow and says, "May the great platinum dragon."
And one
Okay.
thing that you notice with all these people is that you didn't notice any discernible male or female genders. Nor did you notice anybody that seemed stronger or weaker than anybody else.
So they're like genderless almost.
They're very like almost hive mentality. Where like this language, this metaphorical language may almost be something that's evolved into their brain, you know?
Interesting.
Okay.
Like they are born with these memories of all these different things happening. Which isn't too far-fetched, because if you think if something is born from another organism, it wouldn't be too far of a stretch to have that creature's brain develop in a way in accordance with the parent creature's brain.
What
Yeah.
do you think they'd understand? Do you think he'd understand if she said, "May the great platinum dragon protect you," like as a
More or less.
sign
Yeah,
of-
yeah,
as
they
a
would
sign
pick
of-
up on that.
All right. In that case, I will once again approach him, and I will cast fertility charm upon him.
Stop doing that.
They reproduce
It
asexually.
doesn't work. Okay, it doesn't work on them.
It's
Their
no,
biology
no.
does not work that way.
They don't have no.
No.
They reproduce asexually.
They are hive-minded. Some of them probably never reproduce, that sort of thing.
Well, then they just have a higher fertility rate. It
Whatever,
doesn't
fine. All right.
work in the
It
way you
doesn't
might.
do anything. Like, he basically just wasted a spell.
Okay.
Well, it's not like he's gonna use it for very
Yeah, I was
much
about to
else.
say, what's he going to use it on? A couple of monsters,
What
make
the fuck
them
am I
horny?
gonna use fertility charm on?
Monsters in
What is he
battle.
gonna do? Use it on me again in the middle of a fight?
Yes.
All the monsters come up to me. Hey, how's
Yeah.
it going?
Hey, by all means, more things for me to kill.
Just don't cast it on Michaela, please.
You would
Hey, you're safe for today because I don't get another shot of that until tomorrow.
Oh dear.
Michaela will stab you if you do that to her, though.
I'm going
Wade
to
will
say
tase you before you can kill him.
we shall be off, and stories be told of us.
All right.
Oh, by the way, hi, Gramos. He's just kind of back
Oh,
there.
hi.
In that case, I'm going to cast Protection from Evil on him instead, since I see my fertility charm didn't work. So he's protected from evil. Praise Spurjoth. May he watch you ever vigilantly, and let us go.
And let's get the hell out of
I'm
here.
gonna yell, "Come on, Gramos! Let's get the hell out of here!"
Michaela looks to,
One domain spell didn't work, then fuck you, another domain spell.
Okay, let me build this cave entrance up here. Actually,
I can't see everybody else. My map's...
Look down.
here- My
Zoom
map's
in.
really small. I zoom out.
So, we can kind of ineffectively speak to them now.
No, that just wore off.
Yeah, that's a spell.
Until
was like-
tomorrow.
Unless we rest for like 8 hours.
I'm pretty sure he actually has to pray, and it's not a resting thing.
Yeah, I just pray for spells once a day. I don't actually have to rest.
Oh, so that's the reason we could understand.
Yes.
Yeah.
I casted comprehend languages, which allows him to comprehend languages of those who speak to him.
For a limited amount of time. We need to get that, and we need to get a permanency spell.
I'm pretty sure we can do that.
Gramos might know it.
That is true. He might.
But
Or
then again,
Ingham.
Or Ingham. That is true.
I'm sure Ingham being here and wanting to do things with them and is compiling his dictionary would very much like them to understand him easier.
Oh, that's right.
I'm pretty
I still
sure
have
he'd
my
help.
work helmet.
Yeah,
he's like,
so-
yeah, man, all I took was sleep. I keep casting that on him. That doesn't help at all.
I'm going to ask Gramos, do you know any kind of permanency spells that you could help us with?
He doesn't. He says maybe there's probably somebody in the Mages College on Terra, but not him in particular.
Damn.
He doesn't.
Yes, somebody knows. It's just not me.
I know somebody who can. It's just not me.
Well,
yes, I
could-
remember that
if-
spell, and I could never cast it properly.
I'll tell you what. If we were to find a scroll for it, could you cast it for us?
Probably.
Okay. Very good.
He like tries to catch it. Ah, my fucking hands! That burns. Holy shit.
oh god.
Oh god, I have a
Get them
permanent fire
scroll.
on my hand.
Oh god.
Goddamn wrong spell.
Oh shit!
I-
Scroll permanency plus fireball.
Good.
Permanency,
Why
Good.
would you do
permanency
that?
plus burning hands.
Oh god.
Well, since I'm pretty sure none of these people can understand us, we should just teleport to the cave entrance. Where is it?
I'm gonna go and say, Ingham, you're coming
Hold on.
with. Don't be a bitch.
Uh-huh. That cave entrance, when the Foxy and Water Cellar pointed to the northwest, was he pointing at the cave?
No.
Oh, hey.
Oh yeah.
Oh, hey, look, a cave.
That's new.
He because the water seller pointed
Because
at the
that
gem,
wasn't
then
there
pointed
before.
at the cave.
Are there a bunch of these gems in that cave?
Apparently.
We might find out.
Shiny?
He did
Sh-
point in this direction and pointed
And
at the gem.
Jade and Wade
Oh,
knows that they're very lucrative.
can someone bring Michaela over there? Because I don't see where it is.
You're so
You need
silly.
to like
Michaela.
follow.
Michaela's over there.
Now she is. And I was trying to follow you. You guys just went all ahead too early. Thanks, Fred, but I don't need to be zoomed out.
Then zoom back in, you goober.
I am a goober.
Goober.
I'm a goofy goober, yeah.
No.
Fred, you did that.
Aw.
Oh God.
Oh
Wish I could-
God.
Oh my gosh.
Ruby Gurg. Alright, to battle.
Oh my
Remember the
God.
turf entrance.
Let us
Alright, you see this
merge-
ginormous cave entrance here that's about 40 feet high. Actually, how
Michaela,
wide is
check-
it? How wide is it? Yeah.
Michaela, check for echo.
Hello.
35, it's like 35 feet wide, 30 feet high.
I'm just gonna
Is
step
it like just a rocky cave formation, or is it like a?
It's like a
structure?
smooth wall hole straight into it, like a tube going down in.
I'm
Is there
gonna
like
jump
any
in.
writing or anything like on walls of some sort?
Yep. There's like
Um,
different murals depicting battles and stuff like that, but the ones out towards the front here, the names, any text that would be readable on there is kind of worn off.
I'm gonna go
Okay.
ahead and feel the text. Like, it's worn off to the point where you just can't read it, or to the point where you can't see it. Like
Worn
or-
off to the point where you can't read it.
So if you were to slide your hand or something on it, you wouldn't be able to make out what it.
Is it like weathered
No.
so that it's no longer there?
Yeah, it's weathered, so it's no longer there.
Okay.
Like even
That's what-
even the depictions and the murals are kind of worn down and hard to really make out features on them.
So, we going in?
Oh,
I'm going in.
I'm gonna kind of keep my hands in inside the prism cloak and just straight in.
Hold on 1 minute, and I will set this up. We call this
There
one.
appears to be a loading sequence happening.
Now loading.
no, even better.
Dun, 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 dun.
Dun, 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 dun,
That's
dun.
probably copyrighted, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Very.
Well, hold on.
Does Jeopardy even air anymore, like new
Yeah,
episodes?
I'm sure.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, I actually saw one like Christmas Eve.
I said new episodes.
It was new.
Yeah, they don't have. I think Alex, what's his name anymore?
Trebek.
Yeah,
Screw you, Trebek.
they don't have him anymore. It's a new host, but still.
That reminds me of Family Feud's new host. He is awesome.
You
Steve?
mean the black guy that's all like super cheery?
Yeah, the guy. He's Metro almost.
Hee hee. Tee hee.
Oh yeah, we can tell who's stoned in this call. He just laughed at my tee.
Now loading. Please do not turn off the console. Now loading. Please do not remove the memory card. Now
I do what I
loading.
want.
Now
Yeah,
loading.
do what
Please
I
do
want.
not shoot your system in the face.
Yeah, I just shot it.
Oh,
What
I
now?
wanted to shoot it. Alright, if you guys want to copy or cut your characters,
Cut.
Controls.
X. Control X. Which one?
Cave of Ginthorpe.
Grid.
and I will put everybody, I'll center everybody when you get your tokens ready. Just let me know.
I'm ready.
Oh, you got one of them.
TP me.
Mink.
Center me.
Force and center.
Beam me up, Scotty.
I'm gonna say holy my nuts instead of holy monkey nuts. This place is big. I like it.
God damn it. Cave of
Michaela, proceed to approach Kurik. Slap him upside the head.
Do 1d20 of damage. How?
Because you're a douche, that's how. No.
Because you're a douche.
Are there any murals on the wall that we might be able to read off?
You're just not gonna react to her trying to hit you upside the head.
No. It's
He's
very
used to it.
comforting. He's a Hadozi. They make jokes at inappropriate times.
Holy my nuts. What?
Holy
my
nuts.
Holy Zozer's nuts! There.
And then she punches him in the arm.
Nuts.
Wait, are they roasted?
Yes!
Mm.
And now she punches again. Quit being
Fucking
inappropriate.
weirdos, man.
Noting she's only around like 16, 18, which is adult for a half elf, but she was raised amongst humans. So
Hey, where are our mage buddies?
They
Yeah.
didn't want to come.
Oh,
Yeah, hold on, I'll get, what's his face real quick?
Yeah, I'm taking out my Sonic Blaster, by the way.
my crowbar is already at the ready.
I'm going to
Pistol.
continue to sit here and not have a weapon out. Because I'm strange like that.
Do I have
Yeah, I'm just
dual-
getting some areas for doors and stuff ready, so don't mind me.
I don't know what I want to get at next level. Dual weapons or
I know what I'm getting.
should I get
Exotic-
dual weapon?
Let's see,
Get
what
whichever-
feat
get
should I
whatever you want.
You know what? I think I'm gonna take... Would I be able to take Cleave next level?
Probably.
Is it a feat?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a feat.
Should be able to.
Sweet, I'm gonna take Cleave.
I'm taking another exotic weapon proficiency.
Kid, you know what's stuck in my head? The riddle.
I just wanna celebrate.
I didn't say sing it.
Yeah,
Hey.
please never sing it.
I get so
Hey,
much
don't
good
say-
next round. I get trap sense. I get sneak. Not next round. Next level. I get trap sense. I get a higher higher hit dice of.
Next level, I get
Sneak
my level 2 domain spells, which means I will get Black Sand, which means I will be a badass.
Are you sure about that?
Let's see.
Black
My-
Sand is an area of sand about 20 foot in radius that
Eh,
causes damage.
yeesh. Let's see. Next level, I get another base attack bonus. I get +1 to my reflex, and I get Screamer Endurance. Meaning I can sleep in light or medium armor without being encumbered, and other awesome stuff.
Yeah, this spell creates an area of sand infused with shadow stuff and negative energy.
Shadow stuff?
Shadow stuff, that's literally coming right out of the book. A region of black sand literally swallows light, emitting magical darkness, rising to a height of 20 feet over the surface. Creatures that come in
Paladins and
contact with
rogues.
the sand take 1d4 points of damage per round from negative energy. There is no save. Those reduced to 0 hit points crumble into black sand themselves. Creatures can make reflex saves to avoid
That's
being caught in the
insane.
area upon which the first cast.
That is
Only
way overpowered.
Only
Yeah,
the
that's-
surface of the sand is affected by the spell, so creatures burrowing beneath an area of black sand are unaffected unless they break its surface.
Paladins and rogues are alien concepts to the Screamer.
Creatures that do so immediately take damage from the spell. Black sand can be made permanent with a permanency spell.
That's the
But-
thing though, it's like if there's no save from it and it just does damage until they die, that's overpowered.
But there is a duration. It's 1 minute per level.
Not if it's got permanency.
Not if it's got permanency. I would
And
have to take permanent.
Oh,
though,
you mean
but-
the actual patch of sand would be permanent. The damage effect would still be a minute or whatever. Right? But it's still a lot.
Let's see, Screamer Endurance. At third level, a Screamer gains a +4 bonus on the following checks and save. Swim checks made to resist non-lethal damage. Constitution checks made to continue running. Constitution checks made to avoid non-lethal damage from a forced march. Constitution checks made to hold your breath. Constitution checks made to avoid non-lethal damage from starvation or thirst. Fortitude saves made to avoid non-lethal damage from hot or cold environments. And Fortitude saves made to resist damage from suffocation. Also, a Screamer may sleep in light or medium armor without becoming fatigued.
Oh, when I get Blast of Sand, that's another good one. It has a range of 30 feet. It's a conical shaped burst.
Mhm.
It's instantaneous. Sand sprays outstretched from your outstretched palm. With enough force to strip flesh from bones or scour surfaces. The spell deals 1d6 damage per caster level. Maximum 10d6. Do not divide damage from Sand Scour by 4 when applying it to an object. Material component, a pinch of sand, and it's the same for my black sand spell.
Okay. Well, you're in this room,
Okay.
and you see off in the distance here that there's a large, like a large metal gate off in the end of this hallway.
Recalling what she did.
Several
what,
doors along the side here.
well, I'm
Double
gonna recall
doors?
what-
Single doors.
Oh,
well, I'm
single.
gonna
Several.
recall what she did earlier and ask, "Hey, woman, Miss Michaela, you wouldn't happen to be able to know if there are any traps in the general vicinity, would you?"
Okay, I'm gonna roll for my
Check for traps.
I think check for traps. I think I have. Does anyone happen to remember my spot check? My spot or my search checks?
No. I only pay attention to my character.
Yeah.
Because I don't have my.
Oh shit! I forgot to do something. I'll do it later.
Cause I don't have my sheet, so basically I'm just gonna go bare. Minimum stuffs. 1 minute. I'm looking for my trap finding. Okay, trap finding rogues and only rogues can use search skill to locate traps when the. Okay. Finding the non-magical trap. With DC at least.
Just roll search.
Okay, so just roll search.
Do you remember your basic wisdom? I think.
I think I had. I know my racial modifier is a +1 on search checks. So I think I have a +5 on.
There you go.
Because I think I put 4 into my. Yeah, I put 4 into my. Into the points. I don't see crap.
No, you don't.
Michaela just shrugs.
Well, it's a spot, probably, so...
There's
No, it's
you don't
search.
notice anything.
So I'm going to... 17.
17. What is that? Just checking for traps.
I'm seeing if I spot anything in the room, like a trap plate or...
You
Mine-
notice that. You notice that. In front of the doors, there looked like there had been a trap there at some point or another, but it's already been disarmed.
Mine's was not for traps. It was to murals, and I don't think I see very much.
Yeah, there's you don't see too much. What you do see is in the room you see that there's these little metal doors here with keyholes in them,
Might want to put more stuff on it. I'm not
and
sure.
then you have 3 doors here, a door back here, and this large barred gate here.
Just looking at it, does this door look safe to walk through?
Just looking at it, it looks like a door.
Okay, I'm gonna make a spot check, I guess, to see if there's anything out of the norm.
That would be a search.
That would be a search. Yeah.
Here.
Okay.
Can I do one too?
I'll let Josh do it since it's his class.
Okay, anything out of the norm? That might
Mm-mm.
be a trap or something?
It just looks like a door.
Oh,
Michaela says you guys are being pussies. Oh,
I walk up to the door, and does it have some kind of knob or anything, or?
Yeah, it has a knob on it, but it appears to be locked.
I was gonna say, you did this before. Unlock this door.
okay, that's a open lock. Oh,
and if not, you know who to turn to.
Okay, open lock. That's dexterity.
We both had the same idea at the same time.
I don't know if I put any
These
skills in.
stooges.
Okay. That's my open lock. Check.
22, you managed to do it.
Woo!
Bada bing, bada boom, forget about it. She
I'm gonna
opens
say,
the door.
hey, midget, you should go in first.
When they're
What's
done with
you
that,
don't go in first, Fuzzy.
Can I open the door but not go through? To check for anything?
1 second, please.
He's making the room.
Okay.
The loading room.
Loading!
I'm pretty sure you
Loading.
can just push the door open without stepping through.
don't actually have
You'll notice
to.
that there's these long metal boxes along the walls, and at the very end of it, there seems to be what looks to be like a steel lined box, like a chest.
Okay, spot check. We'll search check for traps.
21. You notice that in the center of the room there are panels.
In the center?
Down the center, there's like
about
there's buttons in the center, but they seem to be in places where you would easily step. But if you know where they are, they can be avoided.
About how tall is the room?
This room is only about 15 feet tall.
That should be enough for me to glide over, actually, since... Hold up. Yeah, that should
What?
be just enough for me to get over if I were to
Do you,
glide.
is there a wind current going through the room?
I was about to say, where are you gonna glide from?
You'd have to climb
from
up on the
just
wall.
inside the door. Like, I would
What are
climb
you
up
gonna
the
climb
wall.
on?
The wall.
Michaela steps through and sidles along the edge. To
I will
avoid
follow
the
suit.
pressure
and-
plates. Because it's only in the center, right?
Right. Well, you can see where the switches are with that spot check, and you can make it by them without.
Okay. Could you place them on the...
Well, you don't have to step on them. You just have to make sure
Okay,
you don't.
she just-
If you know where they are, you can avoid them.
Okay, Michaela knows where they are. He doesn't. So Michaela just goes through and doesn't step on the switches.
I'm a
Kid, you're
follower
not
her exact-
following.
I'm following
It's
her
not even
exact
your
path.
turn.
Okay. I'm just antsy, I guess.
Stop being antsy, you monkey.
Stop
Yeah, you
trying to
really
fucking
gotta
jump-
let us
Stop
play.
trying to jump on everybody's shit when they're trying to do their skill checks.
Aha.
Okay, Michaela then checks the box for any traps.
15.
There's no traps that you can tell that are on this box.
Okay, Michaela calls out to the other two. Okay, just follow the path I went through.
Bink, bink.
Inside the box actually appears to be 3 of those fist-sized blue stones that you saw earlier.
Ooh!
Okay, she says, "Hey, one for each of us." She grabs one and.
Oh, by the way, you guys that just ran in, make reflex checks.
Yes.
I said follow the path that she did. So, she.
Someone wants to make
I
that
don't
check?
care. You didn't see the traps. She saw the traps. I didn't hear anybody tell anybody anything.
14.
Okay.
0 success.
Like seriously, it's not. You want to jump on people's shit. All right.
Well,
Ruik, you managed to avoid everything. Kurik, you take, there's darts that come out of the side of the wall. And you take 1d4 damage. Oops.
Dude,
2 damage.
I hope they have very good poison on them.
They have poison of silence.
Do they?
Uh,
Please tell me they do.
Well, while they're getting killed
know
over
that.
there, can we
You
go
don't know
off
that
on
they
our
don't.
own?
You don't know if they do or don't, actually.
Michaela laughs. Perhaps I should have told you where the switches were.
I made it just fine.
Okay, Michaela then points out where each of the
Damn.
pressure plates are so that they can get out of this hall without getting hurt again.
Alright.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, inside you find just the 3 fist-sized crystals.
Okay, she grabs one.
I grab one.
And Kurik. How heavy is it? Kurik,
Yeah,
Hey, Red.
grab a
Yeah.
gem.
I follow suit.
And then she proceeds to exit the
Alright.
same way she entered, avoiding every switch that she saw.
Alright, Rob, what was up?
Well, I've been trying. We've been trying to do something for a while here.
Alright, you're all looking at this door, I see.
Yeah, we're all looking at this door while they've been on their like 80 turns.
Mm-hmm.
And we see that there's been I saw that there was a trap already disabled here, so we can probably just walk through.
The door, actually, it seems to have like a small receptacle. Like a little, like, almost like a funnel-shaped thing that goes down into a hole. They don't have a lock or a knob on them.
Are they stone?
Yes.
Damn, I can't kick it.
Do you think water would work? Wade?
If we get it in the cracks and freeze it, we might be able to push it. Well, like break it, maybe.
No, I mean
Roll
it's
a-
a receptacle.
roll a
Could it be?
Oh, the
Water?
receptacle. We're not talking about breaking. Yeah, it might work. I
Roll a spot check. I want
Okay, I'll go
Wade
with
to roll a spot check.
Right now?
That's actually fine.
Right now, you just got up an hour ago. I want you in bed by 11 o'clock. Computer off, 11 o'clock. 'Cause I want you up in the alert tomorrow, not gripey and bitchy.
Okay.
Beachy.
All right, Wade. You notice
Hey, you
that?
shut up.
You
I-
noticed that when the water cellar had like a container that the water was in.
Huh?
The top of that container sort of looks like it fits into this
Yeah.
receptacle.
Wait, hold on. Where is it?
It's from memory. Like I remember the water cellar had something. But I'm saying this in character now. If I recall correctly, the water cellar had kind of a little knob, a little pour spout on his water bottle that looks just like that.
I'm gonna shake my head and go.
Do you
"Why
think we
do
might-
that? I'm a priest. I get out a garbage bag, and I open it. Set it on the ground. I get on my knees, and let's see here. What do I pull out for my create water here? Standard action, instantaneous. Okay. Wade, can you hold up this garbage bag?
Yeah, I'll come over and hold it up and like make sure there's enough room for water to just spur it in there.
Okay.
God.
I hold out my hands and I begin praying. Blessed be God, the vigilant. Shall you create water for us for our quest, for we
Alright.
require it, and then up to 2 gallons of water per level. So that's
1d4.
no, that's 2d2.
Oh yeah.
So 3 gallons of water are created into this realm. It's wholesome, drinkable water, just like clean rainwater. And we now have a garbage bag full of 3 gallons of water.
Now you just need to find. Now you just
Amazing.
Now you just gotta find a receptacle that'll fit this thing. To open
And
the
Since I
valve.
seem to remember,
There might be an empty one. Hint,
Hush
hint.
up, kid.
Yeah, is
Um,
there one around here?
is there an empty one around? I have no idea.
You
My
don't.
spot
You
checks
don't
suck.
see anything in here.
Do you see anything that looks like a water bottle?
You think-
I want to, right?
You actually the 21. You notice that it seems to be an empty water bottle on the other side of this gate here.
Dog, shut up.
Dog, shut up.
Quit your woofing.
You go up.
I'm gonna walk up here and I'm gonna go over
You-
here, Wade.
You can reach your arm through the gate, but you just can't quite reach it.
Um,
can I hear this going on?
in my, I don't have anything that can, like, how far away is the thing from his hands? Like, is it?
If you could like have like a little bit of a string or rope or something, you could probably loop it around it and grab it.
Oh my, what did I get earlier?
Okay.
I love how there's so many different paths we can take. I'm assuming you were wanting us to go back and buy some water.
Yes, that's what I gave you
Yeah,
3 water
well, I see.
crystals for.
No.
I say we can do other things. So,
Can I see them trying to reach through the gate?
it's like
Yeah,
a
you
few-
can
so
you can
it's-
easily notice them trying to reach through the grate over there.
I'm gonna walk over and hand them my coil of root.
It's not root, it's vine.
Vine, whatever.
Because remember, it was.
He said root.
No, the root was the tuber that you
Potato.
were eating. The potato thing. The thing that Michaela hated the taste of.
Did you
'cause it was
did
bitter.
you keep the rest of that with you, or did you eat the whole thing?
I ate some of it, but I did keep the rest of it.
All right, just say you have 3/4 of one left.
Yeah. That bird.
All right, so using the semi-stiffish, like thin vine, you manage to loop it around, and you easily grab the empty bottle from the other side. The undue stress you've put upon the line has broken it. No. No, I'm just kidding. It's still intact.
Oh,
All right. Then we now have a water bottle.
now we must fill it with this garbage bag of water.
I'm going to say, you folks know that I could have made a spout for you, right?
Ow.
Dude,
Well,
Sand
we have the
crafting.
bottle now, so we don't
Yeah.
need your spout.
We don't need your spout.
we got this. You guys can go over there and do your thing. We got this. We got this, bro. Okay,
you
now
guys-
dump it in the water and fill it up.
All right, we fill up the water bottle.
All right.
All right, and then we're going to
Top
plug-
screws.
we're gonna plug it into the receptacle of this door.
Okay. You do so, and the water is like drawn out of it, and
Daisy. Not Daisy. Cricket.
after the bottle is emptied, a little sign pops up that says "Thank you." No, I'm just
Thank you.
the door
Mr.
sort of
Door.
vanishes out of the way, and the bottle drops to the ground.
Okay, I grabbed the bottle, and how much water did the bottle take?
It took the entire bottle. Oh, it took about
Well,
a
like-
gallon of water.
Okay, then we have 2 gallons left, so we got this.
So we had just enough water.
No, I have 3 gallons of water, so we have 2 gallons left.
Yeah, and there's 2 doors left.
Wait,
Slip
I never
through here.
asked. Are the walls completely smooth?
Yes.
Okay, I wouldn't been able to climb anyways. Thank you for telling me. I should have asked that
Unle-
earlier.
I guess unless you climbed through a door, or onto a door, the what's it called?
Acrobatics.
Frame. Yeah, the frame.
Oh, the door jam.
Mhm.
Door frame, whatever. Yeah.
Wait, all three? Oh no, only this first one opens. Michaela's gonna enter, check for traps, like usual. She don't see.
Yeah. I'm just sort of drawing the rooms out. You do see that there's a small gap between the two rooms here.
Ooh.
Is
In
the
the
gap
room, hold on, I'm
see-through?
not done drawing it yet. In the room, there is sort of a table in the middle of it. The table, it's like a small, probably like a pillar. And in the middle of the pillar, it's sort of hollow and cupped down, and there's sand in there.
Hmm. Hmm. Would most of the traps in here be reflex saves?
Yeah.
How would you
most,
know?
Most well, yeah, I was about to say, how do you know?
How would
Yeah,
you
this
be
is
able to
ju-
figure
this
that
is-
out?
This is just a question.
Metadata.
Because Michaela is one of those persons that it's better safe than sorry, but if they don't see anything, she's just gonna go ahead and try her
So
best.
wait, what's in front of us?
There's like, you notice there's on the wall here, on the left wall, there's like a gap that connects into the other
Oh.
room. Very
Sorry,
it's a very narrow gap. It's only a couple inches wide. And up here, there's like a it's like a square tube full of sand over here.
Okay, Michaela is going to walk across it.
The
and
tube, the
inspect.
tube's about 3 feet high off the ground.
Okay, she inspects. She walks up and inspects this. I'm expecting a reflex save. Is there a trap in here that she might have triggered?
No.
Meanwhile,
Okay.
while they're doing this, we're gonna run off and we're going to refill the water bottle and open the adjoining room's door.
Okay.
I'm going to join them.
Okay, Michaela is going to check out the sand.
In
And
this
because Mr. Sand
room-
Monkey loves his sand, he's all over that.
So
One
the
Red, do we
door.
get through the door?
Yeah.
second. Yeah.
All right, so we're through the door.
There's another gap parallel to that goes into the other
God
room.
damn it! These gaps and
Yeah.
it's a series of tubes.
Behold.
Can I inspect the sand?
Behold, sir. Fuck.
We're both trying to inspect the sand.
Yeah, I know, but we're
Wait,
trying to
wait.
go off and explore because you guys have
Yeah.
been hogging the
Railroading,
spotlight a
sorry.
little bit. Like me, Bane
Behold.
really said the thing.
What can I say? I am the trap master.
So don't worry, we'll explore a room or two, and then we'll give you a room or two, and then we'll be civil.
Or not.
Well, we'll be civil, and if you don't want to be civil, then we have
I'll be-
weapons to make you
I'll be-
civil.
Okay,
I'll
I'll
be
be civil.
But yeah, let's wrap this up before 11 our time and 8 Rob's time.
Oh, we have 2 more hours. That's not that bad.
Yeah, like 2
However,
more hours.
we do need to take at least a 20-minute break, for I do need to go finish the dishes.
Then
Alright.
I'd
Okay, I
say
can
do
deal
that.
with that.
Then I'd say we do it now and then come back and do what you were doing.
Yeah, and I can
Exactly.
finish
So
this.
20-minute break.
Yeah.
So Red can figure shit out.
Okay, I know this is kind of odd for me to ask, but Red, do you mind me going back and redoing my skills onto another sheet on like Google Docs so I have it always with me?
Yeah, you should do a Google Docs. And
Yeah.
I can send you an empty character sheet that you can make a copy of.
Oh, I'll just put it on Google Docs. I have a
It's
format.
it's on Google
I've
Docs.
got no, I've got
a template.
I've got a format I'm working on. I
Yeah,
already have.
that'd be awesome if you could do that, dude. Because last week I wasn't able to play because I was over at Jason's place.
Well, hold on.
But
I didn't have my
but-
stuff, and Jason didn't want to play without me.
Red, is it possible for me to redo my skills so I have this sheet on Google Docs?
Okay. What do you mean?
Like, basically redo how my skills were set up, because I can't remember what it was, and I don't have the sheet on me.
Whatever.
And thank you. Noting it won't be too far-fetched from what it was. I have a general remember. I generally remember how it was, but
There you go. You guys can just go into File, make a copy, and it's got calculations on it and whatnot.
oh, so that already calculates it for you?
Yeah, you put in like the numbers and it calculates the modifiers and whatnot.
Oh, thank you. This is excellent.
That's really fucking convenient, Joe. Thank you.
Thank you, Joe.
Yeah. And if you just like, it's really easy to add the other skills specific to the
Class.
blood and space, but I'm not sure if your characters even have those.
No,
Yeah,
I'm
mine-
a rogue.
Yeah, like I'm pretty sure I'm the only character that took a class out of the blood and space book.
We can still take skills in it. It's just. It's
Well,
plus
yeah,
2
you
rather
can.
than
It's
1.
just it'd be a cross class skill.
So we'd be paying 2 points instead of the 1.
Yeah, and you can only put half as many ranks in it. Like right now, max rank for class skills is 5 for level 2. It'd be 2.5 for cross class.
So only 2.
Well, I'm actually not even sure if you can leave just half a point, half a rank.
Yeah, it'd be only 2.
I'm not sure why they mark everything as half a rank when you can't really put in half a rank of a skill.
Come here, girl. Come on.
I'll be right back.
Oh, I was gonna do something.
This is really
File.
fucking. I like this.
Make a copy. I need something to listen to because I'm tired of having riddles stuck in my head. I had to say it. I should know now that you will start whistling it. I'll listen to blah blah blah.
Oh, you can't fight the Homestucks.
No, I'm just gonna listen to blah 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 by the same exact dude who wrote Rhythm.
Riddle.
Riddle. What do I think Rhythm?
And while you guys are doing that, I'm not going to do anything because I want to mess with my Vita, but I shouldn't. By the way, Red,
Yeah.
would you be terribly opposed as to helping me find out how to actually hack the Vita?
I haven't played.
Kid, you
around
don't
with
need to
it.
hack every system you have.
I haven't played with the Vita long enough yet. I don't have one, so I don't have a chance to mess around with it. It's one of those things where I have to have the hardware in front of me, and I gotta know I'm allowed to break it to be able to do that.
Well, I've only got the one for right now, so you wouldn't be able to break it
Right.
right now.
Because when you're doing that sort of testing, you do tend to break them.
Yeah.
So if there was a way to reset it to factory default really easily, then... And I had one, then yeah, I'd be playing around with it.
I don't really like this template. It works, but it's not filling in stuff.
Damn.
Yeah, it's not filling in the stuff. I thought I said it filled in. Hey, did he say it filled in?
It filled in the modifiers. And no, I don't have gas. That's actually this goo that I'm messing with.
I'll just.
I'm gonna go get some soda.
I gotta go to the bathroom. So it's a good thing everybody's.
So, I went out to Walmart the other day, and I decided that I wanted to get into. Is anyone actually here?
Yeah.
Oh, I decided I wanted to get into Magic the Gathering. I just suddenly decided this. Whose dog is that?
I don't know.
Well, fuck. This doesn't go here. There we go. But yeah, I decided I wanted to get into Magic the Gathering, so I bought 300 cards.
Okay. 300 of any good card?
Well, like I bought this like deck builder's toolkit that came with 285 cards. I just picked up a random booster pack.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not entirely sure. Like, I just started messing with the Magic the Gathering kind of card sets and whatnot, so I'm not sure what exactly is a good card, but
Mhm.
I like them. There's some that are uncommon and rare in there.
Mhm.
I heard Magic the Gathering.
Yeah, I'm getting into it.
I don't necessarily like it.
Well, I like card games, especially of the trading card variety. It's what I do.
Card games on motorcycles?
Well, it has to be real card games.
On
Ones that
motorcycles.
generally I like the ones that have monsters that I can make things be dead with, just murder things with.
On motorcycles.
If there was monsters on motorcycles, I wouldn't mind it. It'd have to be monsters on motorcycles.
Card games on motorcycles.
Not sure that would work very well.
And I return.
Card games on motorcycles. Oh, Black Betty, oh, Black Betty, Black Betty had a child, and thing out well.
I'd rather not. Please don't. This is on the list of things I would rather not do.
Wait, what? No, not Mika. Michaela. I need a surname for Michaela.
Michaela
give me-
Shades.
If I had the attention span, I would go and load up my random name generator, but I don't have the attention span for that. By random name generator, I mean my game of which just happens to load random names because it generates an entire population of random people.
I kind of have a thing that does that.
Well,
Only it
this is
generates entire cities.
well, I didn't. This is something I've been working on for a while. It's a little hobby project of mine, and it generates a random world populated by X amount of people. And these X people are all entirely randomly generated on the fly.
Nice.
It just decides, oh, well, we need, say, 2,000 people. Well, we'll just generate them, and it generates 2,000 people in like 30 seconds. Not even 30 seconds. In like, fucking A, it's less than 1 second. It just generates these people lightning fast.
Are you a programmer, perhaps?
Yes, I am.
I'm jealous.
How
I
else
may,
would I have made this?
at some point or another, I may end up asking you to help. Sorry.
Hum
I
nom
may.
nom nom.
Yes.
I'm actually making a game right now that's going to be released within the next week or so.
See, I've been doing stuff as a hobby project, so like I don't have anything to show for it though.
That's how I write.
Yeah,
Write is
I
a
may.
Well, you have that program that can generate populations on the fly.
Yeah, it's part of a different program. I mean, like, hey, you could call that something to show. It's just it's part of another program that's not complete.
Yeah, 'cause
In the
it seems like
future,
if you're saying it would,
Yeah.
if it'd be able to generate 2,000 individual things, it must not be doing anything with them. If it's
Oh,
doing
yeah,
it
no,
that
it's-
fast.
it generates birth dates. It gives them a generic job.
Yeah, it's okay.
It gives them birth dates, names, first and last names. Generates whether or not they're female or male based on a ratio that I set in
Yeah,
compiler.
I've seen those programs. Or programs like that.
And
It's actually in the book that I fucking had in college. There was
Well,
a program like
I-
that.
well, I'm
Joe,
just
are you
doing this out of
self-taught
my-
or?
I am self-taught. Well, as far as I'm concerned, self-taught. I've gone and done classes simply because I've had to, but like, I've taught myself. Yes.
Now, if you want to do a challenge, what I would do is build up all that information into instead of running it into a database like that, do it in a data matrix, an active data matrix, where you can constantly have things changing and different ways interacting. You could use it in a way that would simulate the people instead of just generating them.
That's what I was working towards. Like first off, I was making it so that it made the people. Where I left off, it was picking some of them, having them create businesses, and having those generic jobs be actually part of the businesses. And I was moving my way towards making it so that they generate families.
Mm-hmm.
Like I like just a very quick, a few passes to generate a few generations of people to use in my game. And it loaded it into a series of arrays and whatnot. For
Actually,
loading
I
and
gotta say
saving,
that's really fucking cool, dude.
for loading and saving, I just used XML serializing.
Ah, okay.
Some of the data, like I couldn't serialize everything, because some data structures can't be serialized XML, like dictionaries and whatnot. So I had to have it save some data and have it when it reloads it, have it regenerate some of the data.
I actually gotta really appreciate it because no one actually thinks to do that. They just have people randomly generate. They don't actually have them generate with.
So that's the
Families
reason why it
that-
only generates like 2,000 of them, because there will be families and like it'll progress the people and it will increase the population count later. It's just I haven't had the inspiration to do it yet. That's the thing about when I program, is I have to have some source of inspiration to do the programming. Otherwise, it just doesn't feel right to me.
You're the kind of programmer I like. There are the programmers that just do it because they have to. There are the programmers that do it because they like to, and there are the programmers that do it because they have the inspiration to.
To me, making computers do stuff is just as much a valid art as like drawing or singing or writing music. If you have a passion for it, you can do very great things.
Totally.
Right, and there's people that draw stick figures and people that paint Mona Lisas too.
Yeah. To each their own. The people that draw stick figures, maybe they just like drawing stick figures.
Well,
they're passionate
it's-
about
it's-
stick figures.
Well, I'm just judging
Well-
for your program. You have to. Well, it's like you have to draw stick figures before you can paint Mona Lisas too.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
what you're doing
you
with
have
your
to-
program is you're basically drawing your stick figures, learning how data interacts and stuff.
Well, I've been doing stuff like this for fucking 2 years.
Yeah, that's
I'm still
about
on
where I
stick
was.
figure.
That's about where I was when I was 2 years in.
Technically, I'm still
You're
on stick
you're still
figures.
picking around with learning how these things interact.
I just started learning.
Just wait until you're around the 10, 15 year mark of doing this sort of stuff, and you'll see what I mean. You'll be like, oh
I'm
yeah, I
only-
completely found
I'm only
like
18 right now, so
I got it to the point where like I look at variables in data matrices and 3D matrices, and look at the relationship between grid coordinates and stuff like that, and do linear algebra based on that to have it run through the grid of the matrix and be able to actually adjust things going through that and things like that's the really cool stuff when you start messing around with active calculations and stuff.
Hey, question. Should Michaela have a human mother or a human father?
I don't know.
well,
No, she's half elf.
That's up to you.
Half elf.
no, she's quarter elf. Her grandmother was an elf.
I'm gonna punch you.
Okay.
Better fix that rug. Ask Jason to fix that rug.
No, her grandmother on her mother's side and her grandfather on her father's sides were elves. Her parents were half elves.
Okay, double half. No, she's first generation, not first generation. Yeah, she's a first generation half elf. Is Rob back? Because I think I heard his bong.
That was me.
Oh, hey, you got weed.
I wish I had weed, actually.
And what are you smoking?
I'm not smoking anything. It was.
He's
I kind of
smoking
broke
an
into
empty
my
pipe.
drink.
He's smoking the wood in his pipe. I was like, man, it was a drought. I mean, people were smoking the resin in their pipes.
Dude, one of the guys I work with, his name is Austin, and he bought this Jeep. And he was looking like when he bought the Jeep, he didn't have any like ashtrays or anything put in it because they had to put those in that separate.
Yeah,
and
they're
he was
actually
like,
an
"I don't
option
smoke."
now. They're an option nowadays.
Yeah. And like he was in it earlier today, and he's like, what is this lighter thing?" And he pulls the lighter out of the little jack where he puts his like a cell phone charger. He pulls it out, and he's like, he looks at the bottom of it, and it's just like this little hole in this metal plate, and it's like this isn't gonna light anything. I've seen what the lighters look like.
Yeah.
So he starts playing with it, and he unscrews it, and it's a fucking pot pipe
Huh?
made to look like a car lighter.
That's funny.
No shit. Nice.
Like he opened up and there was a screen and there's some resin in it and like it was just a pot pipe that some dude has left in his car at some point in time.
Yeah, I've seen those.
You know what I want a pair of? One of those pairs of shoes that has a hidden compartment under the sole.
Fucking A, when I wear my shoes out long enough, the fucking back end of the sole will come out, and a lot of shoes are just made where there's the plastic structure, but it's not solid plastic or rubber or whatever.
I know exactly what you're saying, but they don't make those kinds of shoes I'm talking about anymore because people were using them for pot rather than what they were supposed to be used for, which were like
I'd make my
Hey.
own.
extra tea.
I'd make my own. I mean, it wouldn't be that hard, especially with a lot of shoes having the hollow soles and whatnot. I mean, just like make it so that you can pull up the sole of the shoe and just put it in one of the little rubber compartments underneath.
I hate the weed that you can get in this city. I absolutely hate the weed that you can get in the city I'm in. It tastes
Oh?
like it came out of somebody's basement.
Probably did.
Yeah, I'll just make her a second generation half elf. Screw it.
Is Gramos a human, or is he like an elf?
Or
He's human.
neither.
He's
Or neither.
he could be an Eladrin.
He's a
Eldrin?
changeling. He's totally
I don't
a changeling.
even know what half these things are. I'm just like, is he human?
An Eldrin's a type of elf.
He's very tall and thin. Looks like he's an older guy, but he doesn't look like he's as old as he should look.
Oh, okay. So
I'm
he's
gonna
prob-
ask while we're still on our break. Hey, Gramos, how old are you exactly?
He sort of just waves his hand and says, "Oh, I don't worry about things like age."
It's
Yes,
not
but if you
important.
had to assign a number, what would that number be?
More than 4.
He's like, it's been a while. I've lost count.
Because I'm pretty sure I'm like the most generic human, and I'm just the only human around.
I mean, you don't seem quite as old as the elf that I worked with last week, well, before I came. And you don't seem quite as young as the elderly human I met once. I'm gonna call you Gramps.
That was originally his nickname.
It was originally his name, period. His name is Gramos because Red typoed. Didn't
It's
really
like,
change
you know
it.
what? You know what? Screw it. His name's Grant.
His
It's
name's
Gramos.
Gramos now. Fuck it.
It sounds cool though. So
Exactly. I'm just gonna keep calling him Gramps now.
I need a title for Michaela. Just a fancy.
Oh, did you ever get your server up to date? Like your
No,
Minecraft server?
I don't think so.
Oh,
I can help you with that stuff, dude. It'd be no problem.
No, I know how to do it. It's not my computer that's running it.
what kind of computer do you run your Minecraft server on?
It's upstairs. It's my roommate's.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know exactly what it is.
So
I
I'm
wonder
thinking
if that
about.
computer would melt if it tried to run a Tekkit server.
Nah.
Believe it or not, Forge-based servers don't actually take a lot more. It depends on the plugins.
Well, I was thinking.
My
of
computer
asking
would melt
somebody-
if it ran a Tekkit server.
Believe it or not, your computer with the latest. Well, Tekkit hasn't even been updated since what, 1.2.5?
1.3.
1.3. That's before they did the the way they changed the way that single player is handled.
They changed
Before you
it
say
in
it,
1.3.
before you say a word more, I named my computer Wheatley because it's so stupid sometimes. Take
Okay.
that into consideration. I can't even run Minecraft, like normal Minecraft, with.
Well then, yeah, your computer wouldn't agree with a Forge server. But like,
Well,
if you play 1.4.6, Feed the Beast, which is another mod pack with a it
I
has
know.
who's
I
in
can
the
run Minecraft.
background?
That'd be Jason's parents.
Well, tell them they're loud.
We have.
Oh, well, tell them again.
No,
I still heard a cat.
I have like 2 cats.
But
And a dog named Shorty.
yeah, since like 1. When did they do the server restructuring? Was it 1.4?
1.3.
Was it 1.3?
Yeah.
I can't even remember anymore.
Because
I'm looking forward to
they
1.5.
introduced- Yeah, the Redstone update.
I'm looking forward to that.
I mean,
That's
a
gonna
Redstone update.
They started naming their updates, like the
Yeah,
1.4
the adventure
was the
update.
pretty skitty, was the pretty
The pretty
scary
scary.
update,
Oh, okay.
and the next one's gonna be the Redstone. Update.
And they're adding a bunch of features to Redstone, like a capacitor block that only transmit the Redstone signal if the input is strong enough. And depending on weights put on the pressure plate is how strong the signal coming off the pressure plate is.
Right.
It basically is gonna make Redstone a lot better. Cause
A lot more
current will matter.
complex.
Make
Well,
it
like,
useful.
Yeah. So, like, with the new pressure plate system they're talking about and the new capacitor block they're talking about, you'd make it so that something only turns on if, like, a player walks over it.
And not a pig or a cow or.
Well, I'd say a cow weighs more than a player, but if you're good enough with redstone, you'd be able to do it, and I already know how I'd do it.
Like, I
To
hope
make,
they're not actually getting rid of a bunch of the glitches that are actually there, because they're good glitches. They're not bad.
if they when they're going about saying they're getting rid of the glitches and whatnot, they mean the bad ones. They're trying to keep the bud glitch in, but if it gets removed, I believe they said they will think about adding a actual bud block.
A bud?
Yeah,
is it-
a
what
block
is
update
it?
detector.
Oh yeah.
It's one of the piston glitches that detects whether when a block's been broken or a door's been opened or something like that.
I really wouldn't. I do not want them to get rid of that.
I guess
That
so.
would.
Well, they said
Oh.
if they get
Hey, so
don't
are
want
we
to
done
get
for the
rid-
night, or are we just taking a break?
We're taking a short break.
Taking a short break.
Oh, that's just... Do you want
But
to...
like they said they don't want to get rid of it.
Hmm?
And if they did get rid of it, they'd want something to replace it.
You know what they should never get rid of? If they have already, I'm mad.
I built a cube land.
It involves mushrooms.
Oh,
Well-
the giant mushroom.
Yeah, that's
Mhm.
still there.
It's still
Yeah,
there.
why
You
would
just gotta
add it?
build them underground.
Why would they get rid of giant mushrooms?
No,
they make it
you're-
so you can't do it in any dome, every biome above ground. Like
It's
I
just
have to
the
be
light
underground
level.
in order to do it.
It's the light level. Mushrooms can't survive in like above light level what, 4?
Yeah. No, it's above natural light level.
Natural
I have-
light level is 15. It's max.
But if you put enough torches around it, it's the same. Because,
No.
but they'll still work underground and with torches.
Up, thing. I went up, thing. I went. I'm getting so
Like-
distracted.
Actually, I'm gonna invite you guys to join me on this server that I've been playing on. Simply because
I only
think
play on
I-
2 servers.
Well, the server that I've been on is pretty good, which is the only reason I would invite anybody to it.
The only reason I'd go on a different server is if it was another server like the one I already play. The one I already play, you don't get ridiculous bonuses if you give them $1.
Exactly. All this
I-
is the Tekkit stuff, and
I
then
don't
you
play
give them
Tekkit.
like a. You don't play Tekkit?
I
Would you
refuse
be
to play
willing-
Tekkit
Why do you refuse to play Tekkit?
because of the whole bullshit Tekkit pulled when it first came out.
What?
May I ask?
Tekkit decided that they were just gonna, without permission and going against many of the individual mod makers' wishes,
What?
just put them into the mod pack, even though the people that
Give me a
made the
sec.
mods didn't want it to.
So you prefer Feed the Beast for that reason?
Feed the Beast gets permission. Generally, I prefer to put the mods in myself because the mod makers are really cool people, and
You know,
I like supporting them.
hold up. I actually want to say something.
They
About
on the
the whole
Tekkit
mods.
mod, it does show because Tekkit on the Tekkit mod, it does have all the developers of the other mods on there.
No, I mean like they didn't ask permission at first. Now they
well,
say
they
that
put out
gotten
they put
permission.
out their mods. They put out their mods as open source, saying do whatever you want to do with this.
Not all of them.
I know the Buildcraft and Industrial Craft guys didn't.
Forestry didn't, and the guy that did forestry, I think his name is Sir Sanger, actually to get his mod out of Tekkit, put into the code of his mod that makes it so that it just would crash the Minecraft game if it was detecting the other mods in Tekkit.
That's mean. What
Well,
if
he-
Yeah, it's kind of stupid.
Well, I'd be kind of pissed too.
You're making mods, you're not making. You're not
if
even
my-
making their own game. All right. I hate to come down on people for that, but you're making a mod for a pre-existing game. You're not even making your own game. You're already riding on the coattails of somebody that's far more talented than you.
I
So
wouldn't
if
go as
somebody
far as
else
to say
decides that, hey,
much.
all these packs, all these mods working together would be really cool to have in a pack that simply and easily launches them all at the same time, they should just let them do it. Because, through the only thing that you're going to get is more, more publicity from having it done that way.
Well,
Mhm.
the Tekkit guys had like their freaking ad fly walls and whatnot, and weren't at the original time. They are now, but still at the original time, they weren't linking back to the mods and whatnot. They were just people were just downloading Tekkit and didn't even know that these mods were individual mods. They didn't even know that the people worked on the mods. They thought that the entire thing was done by Tekkit because Tekkit just didn't attribute and didn't ask permission.
Hmm.
Like, if I remember correctly, don't quote me on this, but Sir Senger only did that because they didn't ask permission and they weren't giving attribution.
Yeah, like I'd be pissed too, but still, it's like
I'd be
Red said.
pissed, yeah, but free fucking publicity.
Yeah.
You see, there's being
It's
pissed off and then doing a knee-jerk reaction and putting something in the code that fucks with people's games. And then there's sitting
it
down
wasn't
and
a
actually thinking about it and realizing what somebody just did for you.
Well, it's not really free publicity if it goes along the lines of, "Hey, download our mod pack." Oh, awesome! What mods are in it? It's just a pack of mods.
It has all the when you launch the mod pack, it has all the different mods listed that you can turn them off and on.
It does now.
I'm sure it used to too because it's right there.
Enough of an argument, gentlemen, please.
Up, thing, I went up, thing, I went.
If they didn't want their shit stolen, then they should have compiled their own version of the game. Instead, they just write a script that anybody can open and look at and edit. That's the thing. That's the difference between a script and a compiled work.
Java compiles into bytecode. It's just easily decompiled.
Hey, if I found a Feed the Beast server, would you be willing to play on it?
Generally, I only play with people that I know.
Wow, I'm hurt.
No, I
he's
mean
talking
like,
about random
I mean,
people.
Feed the Beast doesn't have server admin mods attached. It's not based on Bucket like Tekkit. So like it's a lot harder to administrate Feed the Beast servers.
I just suggest.
Yeah, you did just suggest Tekkit. I'm saying facts.
I know,
Tekkit's
you're
based on
saying-
Bucket.
I know. I'm just kidding.
Balance stacks.
I just find it a little funny. Okay, that's all. Oh my God, Jason, really?
Yep.
Bluff Klein. Bluff Klein Craft.
I love my title. Well, yeah.
But next paycheck, I'm considering picking up a server that I have FTP access to, and just running Feed the Beast for a whitelisted Feed the Beast for
Oh,
me,
Look,
the rest of my friends to
I
play.
actually want to find someone to host a server or to play on a server with that I know wouldn't grief the fuck out of me. Because that happened recently on my freaking Tekkit server.
So me.
Oh
question.
yeah. Yo.
Climb check, not climb check. Crafts a parentheses skill. What do you think Michaela should get for her craft skill?
You can get craft.
I have craft weapon.
It could be like craft trap if you want to be a trap. If you want to be that kind of person. I know in Thieves World it details a craft poison.
We're not playing Thieves World at all. Thieves World is so completely different. Like,
Yeah.
Thieves' World, it can take hours or days to cast a spell.
Yeah, I know.
But by God, that spell will happen, and it will probably be pretty powerful.
Well, I mean,
what would
like it had like for as far as craft skills go. I'm not talking about just like the real set. I mean, like it has the craft poison skill.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we wouldn't be using Thieves World rules. It's pretty much just an alchemy check, except poisons.
craft to cipher script? Let's see. I don't want to open up Oriental Adventures. Quit blowing bubbles in your
Milk.
Water.
Long water.
diplomancy. +4. I'm gonna be diplomancy. Disable device. Disable device is intelligence, disguise, charisma.
I made a vampire deck for Magic the Gathering.
I would like to actually get my own shit, but
What?
I'm dead broke.
Good job. Jobs are good. Jobs are a very good cure to being broke.
Yeah, well, no one wants to hire a D student that's like, yeah, I'm not
So
even gonna
don't
go.
tell them you're a D student.
They do checks.
They do
No, they
checks,
don't.
dude.
No, they
Yeah,
don't.
they do.
No, they
No,
don't.
they don't.
There's no way they can. Your
They
school
can't
records have
legally-
nothing.
they-
Your school records have nothing to do with you getting a job. Trust me.
Yeah, they legally cannot go into your school records without you giving permission.
Then my teachers are fucking liars.
Yeah.
Yeah, teachers lie a lot.
You get a job based on how you present yourself at the interview. And if you never get to the interview, they're never really hiring anybody then.
Or that, or if
One of the
you
big
don't get
problems
past
with getting
resume.
one of the big problems with getting a job around here is the fact that there simply aren't any jobs around here.
Here being America or here being California?
Here being Delaware.
Oh, Delaware, I forgot.
I know
It's
the
Rob
feeling. The only kinds of jobs that are around here are fast food places and truck stops.
It's better than not having a job.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the point.
I can't even get a job doing that. I'm overqualified.
Overqualified.
Yeah,
The
Yep.
thing is,
if you have too many skills, they won't hire you because they'll have to pay you more. Or it's just you don't get a job you're overqualified for. It just doesn't work.
Well, it's not that. It's just that they look at my age and they look at how I fill out the thing, and if you fill out the form too well, they don't want to hire you because you're overqualified. Like, even if your handwriting is very good and you filled everything out correctly, sometimes they won't. Like McDonald's, you got to screw up your application, otherwise they ain't gonna hire you in most cases, unless it's a non-corporate store like the franchise stores. Yeah, they probably would hire you because they're a little bit different. But the corporate stores, they look for people that are literally right out of school and never had a job before.
Well, considering my handwriting's shit, but I fill it out, but I'd end up filling shit out too well.
Yeah.
I'm in the same boat as you, kid. Handwriting shit. Fill it out.
See, I
Jason?
didn't fill out an application for the job I'm in right now.
My thing
I
about getting jobs like that I worry about is because of my back and having to stand up for long periods. Actually, you know
Like-
what?